All right, y'all. I am back, and I am finishing off the bees. I have two more. Up next, we have Representative Eric. I'm sorry, Congressman Eric Burleson, Republican from Missouri's Seventh District, and he's only been in the Congress, the House, for 2 years since 2023. He has not done very many sponsored bills, but the ones that he have done are very damning. Um, First off, when it comes to net worth, he isn't worth much. He's not one of the super rich ones. However, he is someone who has been very outspoken against the unions, more specifically railroad unions. He was trying to overturn one of the unions' wins of two-man crews. He and two other representatives, one from Texas and one I think from Pennsylvania, were trying to argue against the science that the union had done, stating that what they had found, what they had concluded, was different than what the union found, and they were seeking to overturn the union's two-man crew operations. And the union didn't take that very lightly. However, he went unchallenged in his district. I think simply because people don't understand his positions. He is a Trump supporter. He was very much against Trump being found guilty. Said it was a political witch hunt. But when I go and I look at, and I just looked at the first one because he doesn't have very many. So I looked at the most recent sponsored bill that occurred February 21st, which was late last week. And it is one of the ones that, again, that's part of Project 2025 that revolves around food benefits. This one it involves SNAP, and the title of it, if you want to look it up, is going to be HR 1452, and it's to amend the Food and Nutrition Act of 2008 relating to work requirements. Now, when I looked at that, because I've never received food stamps, I've never received SNAP, and I know a lot of people who are watching this who are probably very much racist. We're like, really? You've never received food stamps? No. I've been asked that before several times, and I look at people like they're fucking crazy. Like, no, I've never received food stamps. And looking at what the bill did, or what it initially did in 2008, was it didn't lower. It changed because our nation's changing. You know, the jobs that are out there aren't paying what they need to be paying, and so they changed in 2008 the requirements for work and things like that in order to get food stamps, to get assistance. Well, this guy Eric Burleson is sponsoring the bill to amend that, meaning, and I got it right here, it says the Food and Nutrition Act of 2008 did not directly mandate any specific requirements for companies regarding their employees. However, it did establish work requirement rules for SNAP. SNAP recipients may need to meet certain work criteria to maintain their benefits. And this was in 2008. What he's trying to do, according to this bill, is make it harder for whatever reason, whatever work requirements you have. If you make X amount, and that's not enough to live on, so you get food stamps. Now he's championed that. Oh well, if you make that much, eh, that's enough to get some things. So you're gonna get less benefits from food stamps because you still technically make too much, even if you are at or below the poverty level. Because let's be real, anyone who has ever applied for food stamps, you should know, and if those of you who don't, that you can't make it on your own. That's the reason why you're getting food stamps in the first place. This guy, and let's go back to all of his sponsors, because I think this bill was sponsored by quite a few people. Oh no, it's only been sponsored by three, but at the same time, I don't even want to look at see which three. I know they're Republican. Um, they want to make it harder for working people who are already struggling to get assistance from the federal government. It's all this way of making sure that the rich people get their tax breaks, because if we get less money in the way of food stamps to people who actually need it, that is more money that can be reallocated to the tax breaks for the wealthy. Um, I can't abide this, but here I am. I'm on his page for his own sponsored bills. And the second one, HR 1052, says to rescind certain unobligated balances relating to charging and fueling grants and national electric vehicle grants. So, and here's the thing about this one. Tesla is not the only one that does electric vehicles. You have Rivian, you have certain sectors of GM that are doing them, not sectors, companies that have electric options and things like that. And then you have the electric Hummer and all sorts of things. So you have electric vehicles, and what this is doing is rescinding certain unobligated balances. So the money that was used and that is sitting there for grants for companies to start working on making sure their vehicles are becoming electric, they're being rescinded. I don't know, because this was introduced at the beginning of the month on the 6th. Again, and if you go to this website, this is congress.gov, and you can go under any congressperson and see which bills they are sponsoring. There's no text there, and it's supposed to be submitted. I thought it was supposed to be submitted within 2 weeks of the proposal. It's been more than 2 weeks. It's been 21 days since this bill has been introduced, and so there's no text there to describe what the bill is for. All we have is the title, but this one has 18 sponsors, and I think that's really really odd. So here's another one, and this one, it says the ACE Act, and that's all that it says. It does have its text. It was introduced the end of last month, so the 28th, day after my birthday. That's on a Monday. To amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to provide incentives for education. Mr. Burlinson, for himself and all the people, introduced the bill, which referred to the Committee on Ways and Means. The act may be cited as Achieving Choice in Education Act. Ah, this is one of the ones for charter schools. They're trying to make charter schools, but why provide incentives for education? So they're trying to get tax breaks for individuals who are sending their kids to charter schools. This is the kind of stuff that this guy is championing. Implement equal protection under the 14th article of amendment to the Constitution for the right to life of each born and preborn human person. Yeah, again, and this one guy says 70, repeal the NFA Act. This is the one that I was talking about. This is the one, I believe, where they were talking about the two-man cruise. I had no idea that this was this year. So this was like before Trump got into office. Uh, yep, because this is the guy. It has the Texas guy, and it's got the other guy that was sponsoring it. Yeah, this guy's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. Vote him out. Vote him out.